Good morning. My name is Ben Powell, and I'm a vice president at CH Powell Company. And I'm joined today by Stefan Erler, sales manager at Rieck Sea Air Cargo in Hamburg, Germany, who is a key partner of CH Powell Company in the Tandem Global Logistics Network. Good day, Stefan. How are you?
Yeah, good morning, Ben. Doing fine, thank you.
Excellent. Good to hear. Great to see you. Stefan's joining us today to provide local insight and perspective into one of the recent supply chain challenges that's been facing shippers, and particularly European shippers in the recent weeks: low water conditions on the Rhine River. So, Stefan, let's jump right in.
Sure.
I think just starting at the high level, why is the Rhine River so critical to European freight transportation?
Well, the main volumes on German waterways will be transported over the Rhine River. And for example, the first half of the year, 82 million tons were transported overall on German waterways, where just 71 million tons were transported over the Rhine River. I think that really clearly shows how important that river is for the anti-German and Dutch and Belgium and even French logistic market.
Yeah, wow, that's quite an impressive ratio, and something from a U.S. perspective is not as commonplace for our transport and logistics system. What is the current situation there? We've been following the headlines again for the past few weeks. But is the situation easing, and what is the outlook moving into the final part of the fall and summer?
Yes, like 2 weeks ago, the level was at 32 centimeters, which was really the lowest for a while. Today, this morning, the level was like at 83 centimeters. And it relaxed a bit, but the tendency is decreasing for the next few weeks. September is known as a low water month, and that's the outlook, I think, for even the barge companies, that the water level will sink again.
So there still could be ongoing hurdles and challenges coming up.
Yes.
Well, you've explained, Stefan, the importance of the barge system as a transportation engine throughout Europe, and as we've seen with myriad other supply chain shocks and challenges over the past 2.5 years in particular, there certainly will be ripple effects into other segments of the supply chain. So, what are the key impacts of low river levels to the German and broader European logistics system?
Well, the ships actually can right now transport up to 10 times less than they are used to. Right now, a barge ship with low water levels can carry 20 to 25 containers. So typically it would be like 200 to 250. That's a problem, of course, for the industry, because containers will not reach destination as they should, and some of the major manufacturers in Germany and the industry is having concerns of production shutdowns because of the containers not arriving, and that's one of the effects, of course, and then the next problem coming along with that is, when thinking about alternative transport modes, is that the rail operators, they are overbooked for weeks and months already, and trucking companies, they still struggle with the COVID situation and with the shortage of drivers. The shortage of drivers actually got even worse with the Ukraine situation, because the Ukraine drivers are missing on the German driver market, and that even makes the entire situation in logistics in Germany and the countries around even worse. And well, another impact is for the industry actually could be on the power supply, because they have a huge demand of power which is needed, and due to the Ukraine and Russian situation and the gas crisis which was coming due to that, more power will be produced with coal, and coal will be transported on the barge and on the Rhine River, and with low water, the carriers cannot transport as much as probably will be needed by the power stations. And at the end, the demand of power in the factories could probably not be fulfilled by the power stations. And that's something where the experts are really concerned about right now.
Sure. Yes, some of those factors and secondary effects that you mentioned in other transportation modes, the driver shortages, certainly reverberate here on this side of the Atlantic as well. But the geopolitical turmoil that you reference regarding Ukraine and the impacts that's having on the outlook and on the ground impacts is something unique for sure. And with all of that said, Stefan, what mitigating actions are Rieck CR Cargo recommending to clients, and what alternative solutions do you see German shippers implementing?
Well, as all transport modes have their problems right now, we recommend to our customers to really plan the transport in advance, give us a good forecast, and not do short notice transports, because that's going to be a problem in order to find the capacity, and that probably can result into longer lead and transport times, and to extra charges, because when containers standing on the terminal, that probably cause storage charges, which will be expensive and the customers won't pay, and that's why we recommend really to look into the forecast and give us notice of a transport as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's a great point. And forecasting has been a prevailing theme we're seeing, and it's as difficult as ever to do that in this environment. But I think certainly, visibility and communication is crucial between stakeholders to paint a picture and to build in as much advanced planning as possible. Well, Stefan, thank you very much for joining us today and for sharing your insights and expertise on this interesting topic, and a topic that will continue to, I think, be in the headlines in the weeks to come and going forward. Just the notion of water level change and volatility in terms of that resource will be a strategic challenge for shippers long term, for sure. I think that concludes our discussion for today. And for those of you who are viewing this recording, please share any questions or feedback that you have in the comment section where you're viewing the video. And thanks very much for taking part.